the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we're here with OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series, as they have come to the world center of racing. We're at Daytona, ladies and gentlemen. Just 2 races remain in the regular season. Drivers are starting to feel the pressure of making the chase. A lot of great talent on the outside looking in. That means that pressure is starting to build. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm your host for tonight's race. My name is unimportant, so we won't cover it. Also, I possibly forgot it. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to move right into qualifying here in just a few minutes. But before we do, we have a few moments to talk about some things. And that being the fact that the 95 is turned sideways and he is waiting for someone to come and help him. Rick Seabrand's going to give him a little kiss. Glad to have the 4 back. Rick joining me in the booth last week, but this week he is behind the wheel, proving that his healing is going well. So we are very glad to see the 4 machine back out there tonight and not up in the booth. The 52 of Randall Cobb right now, he's turning some practice laps. Go ahead and take a look at our points coming into tonight's race. Keep in mind, just 2 races left in the regular season, counting this one here. Hunter Reynolds pulling away even more so each and every week. He seems to open up that gap whether he wins or not. Hunter Reynolds 702 to Mark Mann 644. So a good, comfortable lead for Hunter. He is one of those drivers who we're going to consider locked in. Mark Mann in second, Daniel Holloway third. Logan Helton, after having a disappointing race last week, looking to rebound. The 4 machine, or in a 4th spot, the 63 machine. Going to have a good night here tonight. We'll see if that plays out for him. A little bit down the speed charts, but Logan Helton, not someone to keep down and out. As we begin, our cars rolling out for qualifying. One of the first cars out on the track. And is the 7 of Josh Milan. Making his way around. New sponsor on the 7 machine. Al Pacino's Booty Sweat picking up sponsorship for this race, and if things go well, they may continue on with their partnership with Josh Milam. He is very proud to carry Booty Sweat on that car. It is an energy drink. I personally have not tried it. I'm a little concerned about how it would taste. Mark Mann in the 04 making his way onto the racetrack. Down the backstretch, he begins his outlap. Mark Mann drifting up to the high side, trying to make this track real wide, real long. Eric Conley in the 88, hugging that yellow line. Tammy Helton checking in on YouTube. How you doing, Tammy? Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Hopefully your driver, Logan Helton, gets a good start to his race here with qualifying. As Conley makes his way on to the front stretch, the 88 machine going to post the first lap time, and Derek Conley with a 50.35, and now he starts his fast lap, what he thinks will be his faster lap. Josh Milam in the 7 right now in second place. They are the only two drivers who have posted a time, but more times will be posting up. Mark Mann, David Booth now following suit. David Booth in the 77 machine. So Booth onto the back stretch, and for the moment, Derek Conley does have the fastest lap. Josh Milam gonna beat him at the line. Milam takes over the top spot with a 50.26. As David Booth makes his way onto the front stretch, drops down below the yellow line, trying to cut as much off the track as he can. Booth gonna jump up into fourth place. Mark Mann taking over pole position with a 50.26. Mark Vega in the 18 machine, making his way down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Vega already completed one lap. This is gonna be his flyer lap. We're gonna see where he ends up in the 18. He's been running kind of right through the middle, not down on the bottom. Now he's going to squirt down to that inside lane in the 18, crossing the start-finish line. Mark Vega moves up into 7th spot. Logan Helton in the 63 on his flying lap and across the start-finish line, and Helton jumps up to the top of the leaderboard with a 50.24. Great lap by Logan Helton. Bob Lacavera in the 5, beginning his first timed lap when he crosses the start-finish line. Thirteen drivers have taken a lap time. Quite a few cars here tonight. Tyler Miller chiming in. How you doing, Tyler? Letting us know that Josh is racing with one hand. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out for him. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 on his very first lap. We'll see where this one is going to put him. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 out on the Speedway as well. Travis Elliott in the 51 joins me in the booth on Sunday nights and climbs behind the wheel here on a Monday night. Multifaceted, talented individual. We'll see where he is going to end up. This is going to be his second lap as he rolls across the start-finish line there. And Travis Elliott going to move up into 9th place. Aspen Belvin, his teammate, up into 4th. The 84 machine laying down a very good lap. He's going to be inside the top 5 for the moment. Robert Duvendak in the Dogecoin 99 machine is beginning his qualifying run. His first lap getting ready to be put in the books. 20 drivers have taken a lap time. Doobie going to post up 21st here on his opening lap. Les Levy in the Bust a Nut 62 machine, finding himself in 16th spot as Hunter Reynolds jumps up into 4th place. Dave Hunt, driver of the 53 machine, Traveling from California to Daytona for this one here tonight. Across the start finish line, Dave Hunt going to move into 8th place. A good qualifying effort by the 53. Rick Seabrands in the 4 is not yet rolled out for qualifying, maybe taking a conservative effort here tonight. Rodney Cobb in the 44, making an appearance here. Right now in 20th. Rodney Cobb making his second start of the season. The 44 trying to lay down a good lap time here, currently in 20th spot. Sean Stevens checking in on YouTube, cheering on Buckwild Racing. Sean, we missed you out there. Hope to see you back out on track soon. Everyone sitting on pit lane. Mara Clark chiming in, rooting for her driver. Mark Mann looks like he is going to qualify in second. So with all that being said, guys, we are going to step away for our national anthem, and we'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the gridding is taking place, and that can only mean one thing. It is time to get this race fired off. Let's take a quick look at tonight's race info as we get down to business here at Daytona. Of course, the big news of our race here tonight, Rick Seabrands has returned to the track. That means everyone gonna have to work a little bit harder here tonight. Everyone believes we're going to see a first-time winner for either this season or an OP overall. A lot of belief going on out there that we're going to get that here tonight. Not for one, won't be disappointed if that happens. Of course, we got 2 races remaining in the regular season. Everyone's going to start putting in their maximum effort. And keep in mind here tonight, we're going to have an 18-lap fuel run. Everyone's going to have to pit in our stages. with all that being said, drivers start to roll out, and let's get to tonight's starting lineup. Row number 1 in the 63 on the inside, representing Alliance Motorsports. That is Logan Helton. On his outside, the 04 of Mark Mann. Row 2 going to be the 7 of Josh Milam, and on his outside, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row 3 going to be the 84 of Aspen Belvin and the 52 of Randall Cobb. Derek Conley in the 88 and Dave Hunt in the 53, right behind or to the outside. Row 5 going to be Casey Gilchrist and Sean McCara. Row 6 going to be Travis Elliott and the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Row number 7 going to be the 95 of James Mayer and Robert Dumendak. Row number 8, David Booth, Daniel Holloway. Row 9 going to be Mark Vega and Les Levy. Row 10 going to be the 5 of Bob Lacavera and Rodney Cobb in the 44. Row 11 will be Rob Connors in the 00 and David Overstreet in the 46. And finally, our last row here tonight going to be the 4 of Rick Sebrands and the 91 of Ernie Williams. Field making its way off of turn number 4. Safety vehicle getting out of the way. Run and hide. A little slow pace car because we are getting down to business. The green flag is out and Logan Helton on the throttle with Mark Mann trying to keep him close and does not want to allow the 7 to get room. Derek Conley already slicing up to the high side to get tucked in tight behind the 26. We got a good lane forming up on the outside, but right now they don't have the momentum, but here they come. The 04 starting to close in on the outside of the 7 in the 63. That big train starting to chug along, and Logan Helton has that momentum down on the inside that's going to take effect going into 3 and 4. Down through 3 and 4, they come for the first time. Off of turn number 4, only one driver going to lead this opening lap, and it is going to be a close one between Mark Mann and Logan Helton. At the line, Mark Mann had him by just a nose. Not even really a nose, more like a little bumper hair. So first lap done and over with and into the books, and 24 drivers riding around side by side racing action all night long. Keep in mind 18 laps on fuel here, so we will see some varying strategies. McCara sliding down to the inside, tight squeeze there, but he made it work. Lap number 2, or the completion of lap 2 so far, has our fastest lap of the race, as turned by David Overstreet. We'll see if they're going to go any faster in this next lap. Everyone having gotten up to speed and cars operating at full song now. During the practice, a lot of drivers noted that the cars were getting hot. We'll see how that plays out. It was a little difficult to understand as there's zero tape on the nose and beautiful weather here today at Daytona. Temperature's not too hot, so we'll see how this plays out as we take a quick look at our weather for tonight's race. Track temp 85 degrees, a lot of grip in this track at 85 degrees. Outside temperature just 64. A little hard to believe for Daytona, but that is the beauty of iRacing. You can have perfect weather all the time, every time. So off turn number 4 onto the front stretch once again. The 63 machine continuing to lead and has the advantage going into turn number 1 here. Conley taking a peek to the outside, maybe got an errant bump or wanted to jump out there, see if anyone would go with him, but slides right back in behind the 26. Go on aboard with the 52 of Randall Cobb as he is behind the 88 of Conley. 4th car in this outside lane. Drivers being calm, cool, and collected right here. Nobody's trying to wiggle too much. Everyone trying to stay in line. And as I say that, we're going to get all sorts of crazy here through the tri-oval and go 3 wide. Derek Conley in the 88 up on the high side. Robert Duvendak, his Empire Motorsports teammate, going to get to his back bumper. So we are 3 wide through 1 and 2 here early at stage 1 at Daytona. Like I said, maximum effort here tonight. Conley in the 88, Duvendak in the 99, both of them looking for some reassurance with a solid run here. Help put themselves into the chase. Duvendak and Conley both missing out on a stat in the win column this season, but having good seasons, good points haul overall so far, but getting that win gives you that little bit of extra cushion to help secure your spot into the chase. Mark Vega in the 18 machine, riding mid-pack on the high side here. Vega sporting a unique paint job. Darth Vader on the front, Star Wars paint scheme. Really just kind of catches your eye and looks good in my opinion. So the 18 looking sharp here tonight. 24 cars started this race, all 24 cars on the lead lap. Last car in this race, that is the 4 of Rick Seabrans, and he is quite comfortable running right where he is at. He has not made any moves to try and work his way forward. And I believe he is just going to try and ride this out and see what happens. Hopefully Rick going to have the strength and ability to run all the laps here tonight, as we got some drivers going for pit lane. The 62s locked them up. Big time lockup from several drivers, and T-Brand's pulling onto pit road. Mark Mann in the 04 out in front of Logan Helton in the 63. Aspen Belvin, Rick Seabrans, Casey Gilchrist, Travis Elliott, Sean McCarron, Les Levy all hit pit road there. And Rick Seabrans going to beat everybody off of pit lane. A very quick pit stop for the driver of the 4. And here comes a few more drivers. Mark Mann going to get a little shot from the 88 of Conley. Not sure if they made contact or not. It looked like the 4 was trying to get out of the way, but another group of drivers really locking the brakes up on the pit road. That was one thing that we talked about last week, 2 weeks ago. I believe Mark Mann mentioned it. The brakes on the B-class car are not like they are on the A car. So maybe catching a few drivers out here. As the 7 machine out in front. Josh Milam, 2 wins on the season. He's going to make his way on the pit road. Ernie Williams getting very aggressive on the pit lane. Locking him up there. The 44, all sorts out of shape, and he's going to get sideways in front of Bob Lacavera. Take another look at that one as the 44 into the grass. The Mark Vega in the 18, the 77 of David Booth, the 00 of Rob Connors, and the 46 of David Overstreet, all staying out. The 46 looking very sharp as well. I believe that is a brand new paint scheme for the 46. These 4 drivers going to hit pit lane. And again, another driver locking the brakes up. So each group had multiple drivers locking the brakes up. Everyone on cleanly this time. Right now, the 26 and the 7 have themselves a good spot to take over the race lead. Logan Helton in the 63. And Derek Conley in the 88 are chugging right along behind them. Helton making a move to the outside. Logan Helton in the 63, gonna surge ahead here. Conley gonna slice down to try and take the race lead away as David Booth and his group of drivers are making their way off the pit lane, and the caution flag is gonna come out. Caution flag is out. We have trouble on the racetrack. Not sure what has happened here. Well, let's back this up just a little bit. The 52 of Cobb in trouble. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 trying to get out of the way of what's going on. Sean McCarra getting a little bit involved. So yellow flag coming out right as we were interchanging. All right, we're going to try and get this out of our way. Not sure what's going on here. It's a yellow flag coming out and saving the 77 of David Booth from being passed by Derek Conley and Logan Helton. That is just going to stay stuck right there, aren't you? Just gonna make me happy that you're stuck like that. Not sure why. Why? Why must you hate me? Cool story, bro. All right. So with everyone recently being on pit road, we'll see if anyone comes down this time. A couple drivers hit pit lane. The 77 of David Booth stayed out. Aspen Belvin, Dave Hunt, Randall Cobb, Sean McCarra, Bob Lacavera, Rick Seabrand, Jimmy Reynolds all hit pit lane that time. All right, so now it's all really goofy. So we're going to step away for a commercial. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have started to stack them up 2 by 2 side by side. Our first caution of the night comes to a close. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 machine, the only driver not on the lead lap. He's fallen off that by just 1 lap. So some damage to his race car had to be addressed, but got it hammered out, got it worked out. We'll see if he can get back on the lead lap. Good news for him. Stage 1 going to end at the completion of lap 25. So there's a good shot he's going to end up being the only car 1 lap down if we stay green here and nothing bad happens to anyone else. With the lights out on the safety vehicle, we're going to get these guys out and rolling. David Booth, Derek Conley on the front row for this restart. Then it's Logan Helton and Mark Vega. Hunter Reynolds and Mark Mann in the 04s. The green flag comes out. We get right back to it. Booth getting a good jump in the 77 and Conley in the 88. Staying even with him as they head off into turn number 1. Booth trying to hold the advantage down on that inside lane, but Logan Helton jumping up to the outside in front of the 88 of Conley. Going to help the 77 here through 3 and 4. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, staying glued to the back bumper of Booth. Side by side throughout most of this field. We do have a few stragglers this time, as one car is torn up trying to get through stage 1 before they have to use a fast repair. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, one of the drivers who got beat up and banged on. Last car on the lead lap here. He has fallen back quickly. A lot of torn up race cars not in this lead pack. Down the Daytona super stretch we go, and our damaged cars looks like they are forming a line here to try and get themselves a little bit of extra speed. Les Levy in the 62. Gonna blend in on the bottom. David Overstreet in the 46 moves up to the high side. Duvenek in the 99 trying 3 wide. Doesn't have any help right now. Still up there, still waiting for some help. That 99 machine hanging tough, trying to hold on. He is really pinching down hard on the 04 of Mark Mann, and he's got to if he wants to stay in it. And oh man, Mark Mann got into the door panel of the 99, but both drivers keep it in check. Now Mark Vega taking a peek to the outside, slides back down to hit the 88. Duvenek hanging very tough in that outside lane without any help. Again, another bit of a door check there from the 04 and the 99. Drivers just close racing right there, and Duvenek wishing he could find a way out of this situation, either rolling forward or backwards, but he just seems kind of stuck right where he's at. Now he's got one driver creeping up to his outside. That is the 46 of David Overstreet as he works to the outside of the 44. Overstreet trying to get to the back bumper of the 99, and we're going to have 2 cars working this one now. Driver's kind of wiggling here off a turn number 2. We're starting to wind down stage number 1. We're working lap 21 of 100. Remember, stage 1 going to end at the completion of lap 25. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, already made his pit stop. He is looking like he might go a lap down here and then become the recipient of the free pass. But Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 has fallen back out of this lead pack. So we'll see how the 4 plays this. He's already made his call, came down pit road. That is why he is going a lap down, and John McCara has made a pit stop as well. And sorry, not Sean McCara. That is just Rick Seabrand's the only one that has made a pit stop. I'll get my information right one of these days. Until then, I just make it up as I go along. Lap 23 now of 100. 99 of Duveneck still hanging tough in that outside lane. Now Derek Conley in the 88 going to join his teammate on the high side. That's going to open the door for Mark Vega, and the 77 is going to try and jump up there as well. David Booth needs a good points haul here tonight, and he'd like to win a stage to do it. Going to get shot by the 88. Around we go down the backstretch. Caution flag coming out as the 88 of Derek Conley gave the nose to the 77, and around we go. Let's take a look at this one here. An unfortunate series of events, and Conley going for a big ride, and a lot of people in that outside and middle lane getting caught up in this one. Take a ride on board with David Booth here in the 77. Go sit on a cactus, gonna get into the wall. You see the chaos behind him. So that is going to be the end of the stage. Hunter Reynolds in front of Logan Helton, but I will wait from word from race control before saying that officially Hunter Reynolds is our stage winner. But things are looking good for the 26 as he's going to lead the field onto pit road. On to pit lane, Josh Milam overshooting his box just a little bit. 21 of Daniel Holloway missing his pit stall. Logan Helton easily winning the race off of pit road. So Holloway made his way onto pit lane, did not hit his pit box, continued going on around. A request on the point of view of the 88. Let's roll back to that, and let's take a look and see here. Go on board. Take one more look on board with the 88, and you can see just a rough little bump there. And doesn't take much when everyone's running very close. All right, so Still waiting on word from race control. We'll see what we get here, and hopefully we'll get a quick word in with our stage 1 winner. All right, so here we go. We've caught up with our stage 1 winner. That's the driver of the 26, and we'll try and make this one quick. Hunter, you got your ears on?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. You pick up stage win number 1 here, adding to your bonus points haul. A 26 machine coming in, looking very comfortable here at Daytona.
Yeah, these cars are a little sketchy tonight. The pusher gets some air on him, kind of gets squirrely, but yeah, it was kind of scary there for a minute. Yeah, me and Josh were right on the bottom, and I got no idea why Logan and Derek moved up, but fortunately for us, the caution came out right after they did, so we were able to pick up the stage win here. Definitely happy about it, and hopefully we can keep this nose clean for the rest of the race.
All right, man. Well, you're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, so shout outs, thank yous real quick for the stage 1 win.
Yep, like to thank all my teammates at FSR, like to thank all the family and friends watching you in the booth turn 3 KR. And I'd like to thank everybody else watching too. We appreciate it.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds from FSR Racing Stable. Thank you very much, Hunter. Sorry for the lateness of it, and we'll get you back to your racing, let you get focused on that. Here we go, getting ready to go green flag racing. Gonna fire off stage number 2. This one going to end at the completion of lap 50. The green flag is out, and we are underway in a very similar fashion to how we started. Logan Helton on the inside of row number 1 for that restart. Our pole sitter once again out in front. The 63 machine has the 7 of Josh Milam on his back bumper. They are trying to gain speed quickly here. That 7 is pushing hard on the 63. Down the Daytona super stretch we go. Helton into turn 3. Still has Milam on his back bumper. Now they're going to wiggle, get a little bit of separation. But they had been hooked up for a long time there. And now the 7 going to move to the high side. Logan Helton says no. Helton going to try and throw 2 blocks there. Doesn't quite get it done. Wisely leaves a little bit of room for the 7 of Josh Milam to make the move. Now Josh Milam has the race lead on the inside lane. Logan Helton on the outside. And we continue racing side by side down the backstretch. Remember what I said, everyone putting in maximum effort. And one of those drivers having to do maximum effort right now, that is the 99 of Robert Duvendak. He is missing the front clip. Does not want to use the fast repair until he gets through this stage. Derek Conley, being a good teammate, has gotten to his back bumper and is trying to push him hard. We'll see how this plays out. If that 99 can stay fast here with someone in front and behind him. Got a good shot at it. The Robert Duvendak wounded here in stage 2. Rick Seabrands in the 4 did get the free pass, but being back on the lead lap, he has lost the draft from that lead group, and he is running all by himself. Duvendak still running along the wall here. Now he's going to tuck in behind the 95 of James Mayer. Helton continuing to lead, showing the way. Logan Helton having a fast race car here. He's going to need to regain some lost ground. The 63 had a very disappointing race last week. Here in the simulator world, we'll call it an actual blown engine. But his internet failed him, and here we are. He's making up a little bit of lost ground and trying to have a good showing here. Qualified on pole and good solid effort in stage one. Now he's back out in front. We'll see where this leads. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 came into this as the points leader by quite a bit. He's not too worried on his points haul, but getting the race win is always appreciative. Always makes you feel good. Five machine of Bob Lacavera, the 95 of James Mayer. Lacavera, a little bit of a wiggle there. The 91 of Ernie Williams right behind him. This little 4-car group, as we're going to see some drivers peel off. Hunter Reynolds from the front of the field going to hit pit road. There you go. Fuel window open for our drivers to hit pit lane. Two drivers on pit road, Hunter Reynolds and Ernie Williams. Jimmy Reynolds going to join them, but Reynolds having a rough entry into pit lane. Logan Helton in the 63 staying out, along with several other of our drivers. The green flag pit stops underway here early in stage number 2. They should have enough fuel to make it to the end of lap 50. As two more drivers peel off, that's Casey Gilchrist and Sean McCara. Reynolds in the 17 going another lap down here. He might be able to make one of them back up when everyone else has to hit pit road. Logan Helton enjoying a no pressure lead right now. David Overstreet in the 46, up 20 positions from where he qualified to run in second place right now. With everyone getting a single file here, Logan Helton and David Overstreet don't have to worry about a whole lot. They are just able to sit there and run their race and kind of focus on each other. Just be nice and smooth and click off some laps here. All right, here we go. Big group hitting pit road this time. Logan Helton locking them up. Not sure if he was able to get down to pit road speed limit, but it's going to be close for him. At 63, very aggressive on the pit road. Derek Conley taking over the race lead for the moment. Daniel Holloway on his back bumper. When are these two going to hit pit lane? Logan Helton not caught speeding, so quick pit stop for him. He is down and away. Good news for the driver of the 63. Some more drivers locking the brakes up. David Overstreet in the 46, wrestling it back under control. Man, I'll tell you what, this entry on the pit lane, catching out several drivers and how they need to get on there smoothly. Right now, Logan Helton in the 63, out in front of all the drivers who have completed their pit stops. Rodney Cobb in the 44 trying to get to his back bumper. They need to hook up quickly and start working together because Aspen Belvin in the 84 is closing in quickly. Belvin going to make a move to the outside as he's got all the momentum he needs to complete the pass. Conley in the 88 scored as the race leaders. He's going to blend up here. Holloway still on his back bumper, but they're running about 20 miles an hour slower than the 84 machines. They are quickly closing in. Aspen Belvin now going to make the pass. The 13 machine of Casey Gilchrist right on his back bumper. And here we go. We're going to start mixing this up. Everyone making green flag pit stops, and the cycle is complete. Oh, Logan Helton, Casey Gilchrist make contact, and that is going to stack everyone up as the 13 just could not get it slowed down. We have a huge pile of race cars in turns 1 and 2. Yellow flag coming out. Take a look at this. Off the nose, you see the 13 is coming back up the track and on a board with the 77 here of David Booth, and just running out of room. Things happening very quickly. Derek Conley in the 88 involved in another one. Les Levy going for a launch there. Getting airborne. So the 62 lands it, sticks the landing, and keeps going. A little bit of damage on the right side. Logan Helton in the 63, a little bit of damage from this one as well. Only one fast repair available to our drivers here tonight. Common strategy is to do everything you can to hold on to that fast repair until you hit stage number 3. That is in about 11 laps. Logan Helton in the 63, not going to come down pit road. Rodney Cobb in the 44. John McCarron in the 71, all choosing to stay out. Along with Dave Hunt, James Mayer, Mark Vega, Hunter Reynolds, and Josh Milam all staying out. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 machine, getting the free pass, locking him up as Mark Vega not giving him that outside lane, and now Vega does drop to the inside. Casey Gilchrist, point of view. That one's going to be an interesting one. Let's see if we can roll it back far enough. See if we can find that. All right, one more time here. There you go. You can see Gilchrist trying to keep it under control. But down on the flat, just not able to make the corner. Looks like two drivers going behind the wall for the moment. Derek Conley and David Overstreet. Not sure if their night is done or what. Derek Conley does look like his scorecard has been pulled. So too is David Overstreet. So two drivers out of this race, and disappointing for both Overstreet, who had an outstanding looking paint job. Derek Conley in the 88, who is looking for a win here tonight. But both drivers really needing that win to give them a shot to get into the championship. Logan Helton in the 63, dropping to the back of the field here. Sean McCarra gonna inherit front row inside starting position. Several drivers, excuse me, still on pit road, being serviced by their crews. Robert Duvendak, Bob Lacavera, and Aspen Belvin sitting on pit lane with the hood up. Crews working furiously to see about getting them back out there. So McCarra in the 71. Going to lead this field to the next green flag. And here we go. Green flag is out. Rodney Cobb in the 44 on the outside lane. Falling back just a little bit, but Dave Hunt trying to get to his back bumper. A little bit of a wiggle out of the 71 as the 95 Mayer giving him a good shove. And James Mayer in that 95, no stranger to victory lane this season. Picked up one win so far, and now we got some drivers really starting to mix it up. Rodney Cobb falling back quickly. The 95 and the 26 have hooked up. They're making quick work. And the 4 of Rick Seabrand, who is in danger of going a lap down here in stage 2. Good call on strategies. And here he is up in front. How about that? Rick Seabrand, who is just out cruising around. Now he's got a shot at winning a stage. Clean air for the 4, and battling alongside the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. If you're not standing up and cheering for the driver of the 4 machine, then you're missing out. Rick Seabrand's recovering from pretty intensive surgery, and now here he is leading the outside lane after only missing 2 weeks. How about that? The 4 machine now trying to take over the race lead. The 52 of Randall Cobb on his back bumper. Cobb looking for a solid win here, or solid finish in stage number 2. The Hunter Reynolds, who has acquired the most bonus points of anyone so far this season, trying to add a few more. Picked up stage 1 win. Now out in front in the closing laps of stage 2. Travis Elliott in the 51, a driver I haven't talked a whole lot about this season, or this race. Has one race so far in that win column, and picked that one up last week at Talladega. We go on aboard with the driver of the 51 machine. He's down on the yellow line. Elliott trying to put in a solid race here for stage 2. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, having the momentum on his side going into the tri-oval. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, surging back ahead. Things change very quickly here at the front when you're running at about 200 miles an hour, 190-ish, like 190 some degrees, miles per hour. Holy cow, we're getting goofy here now. Sun is starting to set here tonight. This one started beautiful weather in the bright sunshine here at Daytona. Now we're going to end this one under the lights. Both settings very beautiful, and the transition from day to night is always a beautiful thing here in iRacing. All right, stage 2 going in at the completion of lap 50. One car slow up on the top side. That is the 5 of Bob Lacavera. He is already multiple laps down. Add one more to that multiple, and everyone's squeezing by. The 77 of David Booth getting back out there. David Booth going one lap down. Lap 48 now beginning. So Rick Seabrand's in the 4, trying to win a stage, trying to recover some lost ground after being out from behind the wheel for 2 weeks. Seabrand's having 2 wins on the season already. Picked up his first one this season at the 3rd annual Dale Earnhardt Memorial, and then picked up his second win. Oh, wow, I screwed that up. His first win was at Talladega. His second win was at the Dale Earnhardt Memorial. Here he is trying to win stage number 2, but one driver who's going to be tenacious the entire time, that is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Hunter very smooth, and right now the 26 in that bottom lane. Going to be hard to beat the 26 in that bottom side. James Mayer in the 95, the 71, and Sean McCara on the inside lane. Randall Cobb in the 52, trying to push hard on the 4 Rick Seabrands. They got the momentum down the backstretch this time. Rick not dropping down to the inside just yet. Looks like maybe he had enough to have him cleared, but did not pull the trigger to move down to the inside, and Cobb falls off the back bumper a little bit. That's going to cost him some room on the track. Here we go. Crashing behind them. We begin the final stage, and the yellow flag is going to come out. Or the final lap of stage 2, yellow flag comes out, and it becomes a moot point as Hunter Reynolds is going to clean sweep stage 1 and 2. And it looked like a hard impact for Logan Helton in the 63. Let's see what happened here. In fact, Logan Helton doing an outstanding bit of driving there. Gathering it back in. Take a look and see what happened. Rob Connors clips the 63. Take one more look, and Connor's trying to throw a block on the 51, gets it wrong, and Logan Helton goes for a spin because of it and bringing out the caution flag. So our stage 2 winner is our stage 1 winner, and Hunter Reynolds in the 26, completing the sweep of the stages so far. Can he get the final stage? That is the question everyone has on their mind. With that being said, time for pit stops. Everyone gonna come down for fuel, maybe some tires, maybe not. Depends on how far back you are and what you think you can gain with the tires versus track position. And here we go, the 26 on the pit road, leading this entire field on the pit lane. Got to hit your pit box smoothly here. Can't overshoot it. Can't miss it. That will cost you time. A lot of jack stands being used. 2 tires, 4 tires. Here we go. 1 car down and away. 2 tires stop for Dave Hunt in the 53. Randall Cobb following suit. Hunter Reynolds with a 4 tire stop. So Dave Hunt gonna make his break off of pit road. A very quick pit stop, but our stage 2 winner going to be the driver in the 26. And let's see if we can't get a word in with our stage 2 winner. Hunter, you got your ears on again, bud?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, you picked up stage 1 and stage 2. That 26 machine looking very fast here tonight.
Oh yeah, this Ford Mustang is rolling, and it's only gonna get better, I think, through the night. Thing is going quick. We had a good pit stop there, and went and picked up Josh, and unfortunately they piled up in front of us, and we got up there. But yeah, it was doing good, doing good.
All right, man. Well, this 26 really putting on I would say a clinic this season of how to score bonus points. Is you're outpacing quite a few, but another driver sitting on almost as many.
Yeah, these stage points are important to me. I like stage points, and try to get as much as I can here, and I guess we did a good job tonight.
All right, man. Well, this 26 really looking sharp here. So any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for stage 2?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank James Mayer for pushing me to that stage win there. Appreciate him. And I'd like to thank all my teammates at FSR. I'd like to thank you in the booth, KR Turn 3. Do a great job. I'd like to thank all the family and friends watching, and also everybody else.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds from Fuel Sim Racing, our stage 2 winner. So here we go once again. Drivers stacked up 2 by 2. We get ready to let them loose for our final stage of the night. Dave Hunt in the 53, winning the race off of pit road. Going to restart on the inside of row number 1. On his outside, the 52 of Randall Cobb. Both drivers having very quick pit stops. I believe that would have been right side tires only for the 53. Do not have any information on the 52. I do know he took 2 tires though. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, first car out there on 4 tires. We'll see how that's going to play out for him. Mark Vega making a 2 tire stop, gaining a lot of ground, but torn up nose on that race car. It is going to be hard to get that thing rolling. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 on the inside of row 3. He's another driver who took 4 tires. And restarting on the outside of row 3, that is Casey Gilchrist. Here we go. Pace car down and away. Green, a flag is out. Final stage getting started here tonight. Dave Hunt in the 53 goes into turn 1 with nobody on his outside. Clear advantage goes to Hunt. The 26 trying to push him hard. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, jumping up to the outside. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 now going to mount a charge with a good run time. That one perfectly slid up in front of the 4, and Hunter Reynolds going to surge ahead. Has not pulled the trigger to slide down in front of the 53, and now he does. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 out in front. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, leading in the outside lane. Randall Cobb in the 52. Finally getting his car rolling. He started on the front row and fell back a little bit, but now he gets to the back bumper of the 4 and really starting to get that outside lane working. Mark Vega in the 18, despite the heavy damage on his race car, he is still here in this group and able to keep chugging right along. Behind him is the 7 of Josh Milam. And the 18 not looking like he has fallen off the back bumper of the 63 just yet. 24 cars started this race. 21 cars still out on the track. The 99 of Robert Duvendak scored in 22nd. He is still sitting on pit road. The hood is up on that thing, so damage quite extensive. Not sure if we're going to see Doobie back out there or not, but that car sitting on pit lane being serviced. The other car, or I should say the other cars that are out there that are not on the lead lap, is the 77 of David Booth, the 5 of Bob Lacavera, and the 84 of Aspen Belbin. 18 cars on the lead lap. The 00 Rob Connors, last car on the lead lap. He has lost the draft and he is about 30 seconds off the race lead. He is losing ground very quickly to the driver in the 26, Hunter Reynolds. Daniel Holloway in the 21, bringing up the tail end of this lead pack here. Holloway finding himself in 15th spot. And then back at the back here, Travis Elliott running all by himself. So something's gone wrong on the 51. Some damage on him and he can't keep up. Mark Mann in the 04 working with Bob Lacavera, who is heavily torn up. So Mark Mann now looking for some assistance. But they're having a hard time, and Mark Mann running about 10 to 12 miles an hour slower than our race leader, as we're going 3 wide for the race lead. Josh Milam on the high side, Randall Cobb in the middle, Rick Seabrand's down on the bottom. Oh, Logan Helton, big wiggle, he's into the wall. He gathers it back in. We stay green, but Logan Helton snapped loose big time in the 63. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17, gonna get to his back bumper and gonna start trying to get him back up to speed. But man, that was a big moment for Logan Helton. Back to the front we go. Seabrand's in the 4, down on the bottom lane, out in front of the 26, 100 Reynolds. Randall Cobb leading the charge on the outside in the 52. Rodney Cobb in the 44, pushing on his back bumper. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? We're talking about Buck Wild Racing. Keep in mind, this is the only place where the Bucks go wild. Saw it here first on the Turn 3 Racing Network. The 52 and the 44 trying to put themselves out in front, but Rick Seabrand's in the 4 and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Two very tough customers, especially when they get hooked up. But Buck Wild Racing trying to put their name on a championship run. Rob Connors in the 00 moving to the high side here. He's going to go one lap down, and 52 of Cobb tried to pull a draft off of him, and things got a hairy there for just a second, but everything sorts itself out as the sun has set, the lights have come up, and we are in full dark here at Daytona. And that doesn't mean things are cooling off any out here on the track or in YouTube chat. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, the race leader. Last on pit road on lap 51. We work lap 62. Mark Vega in the 18, starting to fall back a little bit here. He is going to have some help on the front end of that thing. If he loses the group here, that will be it for him. James Mayer in the 95 needs to figure out he's going to be fast enough to get to the back bumper of the 71 without Mark Vega, or if he needs him to do it. That 18 machine is heavily torn up. It is a flying brick right now. Not much of an aerodynamic race car, but it does close in on the back bumper of the 71 and moves up to the high side to try and make a pass, but like a parachute, had all that run and couldn't do anything with it. So 17 cars on the lead lap now that the 00 has gone one lap down. Mark Mann in the 04, our last car on the lead lap, and Mark Mann sitting about 40 seconds behind this race lead. He is all by himself, running just as quick as he can, but does not have anyone to work with. And here you can see that lead pack closing in on the 04. Our lead pack consists of 12 cars on the lead lap. That is counting back to the 71 of Sean McCara. Mark Mann moves to the high side, and now we're going to have a race to see who is the first car at one lap down. Mark Mann in the 04 or Rob Connors, but Connors looks like he's fallen back a little bit here. Mark Mann in the 04 doesn't look like he's going to be able to close in on the tail end of this pack, and him and Connors might be duking it out mano a mano to be the first car one lap down. So Seabrands continues to lead. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, tucked in tight behind him. Buck Wild Racing drivers, the 52 and the 44, hanging tough in the outside lane. Everyone started to get single file here except for Buck Wild Racing, and they're doing what they can in that lane to try and work their way forward. They get a good run every now and then, but not enough to clear the nose of the 4. We are creeping up on green flag pit stops. James Mayer making the break for it. So he is heading for pit road, and He is pitting by himself. That's not going to be a good sign for the driver of the 95. No one else coming down pit lane with him. Travis Elliott in the 51. Last car on the lead lap. In danger of going a lap down here. Is big time push from the 52. Or sorry, from the 44. He's going to slide down in front of the 4. And Randall Cobb taking over the race lead. Rodney Cobb in the 44 being left high and dry. James Mayer in the 95. Unscheduled pit stop, it would seem. He is pulled behind the wall for the moment. We'll see if he's going to get this one back underway or what has happened to the 95. But a very quick exit for him, and he looks done and over with for the night for right now. Elliott in the 51 goes a lap down here. He's now the first car one lap down. He will join Mark Mann, Rob Connors as drivers battling for the honor, the prestigious honor to be the first car one lap down. Another driver who's gone behind the wall, and looks like his night being done, the 77 of David Booth. The Booth pulling behind the wall and calling it a night after 59 laps. Josh Milam in the 7 and Ernie Williams in the 91. FSR drivers, Williams going to drop down to the inside here. He's going to abandon his teammate. But Milam able to squeeze down. The last on pit road on lap 51. 3 drivers hit pit lane this time. Casey Gilchrist, Mark Vega, Travis Elliott, all on the pit road this time. Rick Seabrands pushing on the 52. The pace slowing down just a little bit here. Best lap for Randall Cobb, a 46.79. Last time around, turning a 47.61. It's almost a second off his best lap. You got to wonder if drivers are just trying to pace this out, that they only have to pit 2 more times if they're trying to stretch their fuel here. And here comes everyone on the pit road that was in this pack. Rick Seabrand's getting very aggressive on the pit lane, easily dispatching Randall Cobb, who's going to allow several other drivers to get by him. So Cobb took a very conservative entrance on the pit road. The 53 of Dave Hunt into the wall with the 52. That is really going to mess Dave Hunt up. He has to reset everything. He gets into his pit stall, and Dave Hunt going to be the big loser there. Seabrand's in the 4, winning this race off of pit road. Ernie Williams with an outstanding pit stop as well. He comes off second from this group. Josh Milam 7th. Mark Vega in the 18, who had already made his pit stop, along with Casey Gilchrist. Casey out in front of Vega. Jimmy Reynolds and Daniel Holloway made their pit stops earlier as well. They're hooked up. But the 4 and the 91 making outstanding work on pit road have the race lead. Josh Milam in the 7 and Hunter Reynolds in the 26 trying to close in on them. Milam electing to stay behind Williams. 4-car battle for the race lead. Rodney Cobb, Randall Cobb, Buck Wild Racing drivers, they're 5th and 6th right now. 2-car group. They're going to try and close in to the back bumper of the 26. He is closing in on them very quickly. Then it's the 13 of Casey Gilchrist and the Bust a Nut 62 machine of Les Levy with Sean McCara on his back bumper. That is your top 9. Mark Vega in the 18. He is 7 seconds behind Sean McCara, and Vega will round out your top 10. So green flag pit stops have really split this field up. We got a battle for the race lead, a big time battle. The 7 of Josh Milam out in front of the 26. Rick Seabrand's in the 4. Dropping back a little bit here. He's going to settle into 6th place and catch a ride behind Buck Wild Racing. Demon Tech 82 checking in. This is Dan Harrington. Miss you out here tonight, Dan. Hope to see you soon and get that 82 machine back out here. Harrington came into tonight 14th in the point standings. One of the drivers kind of on the outside looking in for a shot at the championship, but always a threat to win wherever he shows up. That 82 runs at the front. Anyone has a shot at winning these races as long as they stay on the lead lap. The 82 and has a knack for doing that most of the time. So Josh Milam having 2 wins so far this season, out in front. Milam picking up his 2 wins at iRacing Super Speedway. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, having 2 wins as well. Those 2 wins didn't both come from iRacing Super Speedway though. Hunter Reynolds spreading the love a little bit, but Josh Milam out in front here at Daytona. We got 25 laps to go. 13 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap right now, that is the 53 of Dave Hunt. We saw his problems on pit road as him and the 52 made contact going into their pit stalls. Dave Hunt now finds himself 41 seconds behind the race lead, and that means this pack is coming around very soon to put him 1 lap down. Mark Vega in the 18, about 26 seconds ahead of him. So Hunt not really going to be catching Vega too fast, as Mark Vega in the 18 has a group to work with. As Jimmy Reynolds in the 17, Daniel Holloway in the 21, 10th, 11th, and 12th place right here. This 3-car group trying to work together. Our lead pack of drivers all getting single file here. Les Levy in the 62. We go on aboard with 62 machine. Sean McCara in the 71 ahead of him. Casey Gilchrist, Rodney Cobb, Rick Seabrand's in 6th. Or 5th place. Randall Cobb in 4th. Ernie Williams 3rd. Hunter Reynolds 2nd. And your race leader is the 7 of Josh Milam. Big wiggle out of the 44, but gathers it back in. Check in on the 51 of Travis Elliott. He is the first car one lap down, but does not have anybody he is working with. Logan Helton in the 63 in 15th spot, also one lap down. He's still looking for a partner to roll with here as this race is starting to wind down. Rob Connors in the 00, working with the 04 of Mark Mann. They're closing in quickly on Logan Helton and Travis Elliott. Helton might be able to get to the back bumper of Travis Elliott before Connors and Mann can catch them. So the battle for the first car one lap down gets interesting as Dave Hunt in the 53 is going to get folded in with this lead group here. Dave Hunt in that 53 right there. Now the fourth car on the inside line, he's going to blend quite nicely into this lead pack. That is going to be very advantageous for him. As he stays in this pack, it is going to be hard for anyone else to catch him and to become the first car one lap down. Of course, anything can happen during pit stops. Randall Cobb, Rodney Cobb, 52 in the 44, made that outside lane work once again. And the 52 drops down to the inside just ahead of the 7 of Josh Milam. So Cobb out in front, using his teammate Rodney Cobb to push him to the front. Gonna get 20 laps to go this time. Everyone going to have to make one more pit stop. Do want to point out the driver has returned to the race. The 99 of Robert Duvendak getting back out there after spending 25 minutes with his hood up in his pit stall, but that 99 is running very slowly. He is just trying to get as many points as he can. Here in about 8 laps, he will be able to pass the 77 of David Booth. He can get by the 77 of David Booth. That'll put him in the 20th spot. Give him one more position. Help him get that extra point. When you're getting down to the nitty gritty here, those points matter. James Mayer in the 95, who had his issue out of this race. Duvendak going to have to go about 15 laps before he catches James Mayer. So if Duvendak can hustle along, there's a good shot he can get 15 laps in before we call this race. Checkered Flag Motorsports saying he had to cash in all the Dogecoin to repair that car. Oh man, there we go. Dogecoin, famously sponsored car at Daytona. Now back in the news as it is climbing the charts, so to speak, here in the last few weeks. So with 18 laps to go, fuel window is going to come open. Nobody hitting pit lane this time. Want to hedge their bets just a little bit. Last on pit road on lap 70. They still have about 4 to 5 laps of fuel in their tank. Hedge your bets a little bit. Take care of the possibility of a green-white checkered. And then you come down pit road for the final time and top off and get scooting right along back out onto the racetrack. We're in a long green flag run here after a rough first 2 stages. 5 cars are out of the race right now after starting 24 drivers. The Dogecoin 99 machine getting out of the way once again. He is going to be hard pressed to catch James Mayer as quickly as these laps are winding down, but got to give it your best shot, and it's going to be a close one. I'll keep tabs on that one. Mayer in the 95 is out of the race. Mayer has done 66 laps. Robert Duvendak is working lap 54. We're on lap 16 as here we go. Green flag pit stops are firing off. Josh Milam leading the first set of drivers on the pit road, locks the brakes up. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, Ernie Williams in the 91, Rick Seabrans in the 4, all into their pit stalls. Randall Cobb, Rodney Cobb staying out here, and I think this is going to hurt their chances just a little bit as they're closing in on Travis Elliott. Elliott, who has not made a pit stop yet. Logan Helton in the 63, going another lap down here. Dave Hunt in the 53, still the first car 1 lap down. And Buck Wild Racing going to stay out. Dave Hunt, part of that Buck Wild Racing. We've been talking a lot about Randall Cobb and Rob Cobb. Randall Cobb and Rodney Cobb. Rob Connors in the 00, another driver for Buck Wild. No. Rob Connors moved to checkered flag. I knew I was screwing up. Good grief. You'd think I'd know this by now, but no. Mark Vega in the 18 going to hit pit road. Now the question becomes when the 52 and the 44 make their break for pit lane. Logan Helton, Travis Elliott pulled down on the pit road. They pit together. Good strategy to have a pit stop buddy. Never want to pit by yourself. So the 52 and the 44 continue to lap around. Meanwhile, the drivers who have pitted battling side by side, the 7 and the 26. Rick Seabrans in the 4, one of those drivers in this group as well. Seabrans proving that he has not missed a beat despite being gone for 2 weeks. Hung out at the back of the pack throughout all of stage 1. And then like the waving of a wand, all of a sudden, into stage 2, here comes the 4 Rick Seabrans. He has been up front the entire time, and now with 13 laps to go, Rick putting himself in position to win. 3 wide as we make our way past the 63 and the 51. Rodney Cobb and Randall Cobb are on pit road. Their pit stops being done and over with. And Randall Cobb in the 52 looks like he has got caught speeding. And that is going to be bad news for the 52. Long sit on pit road as that speeding penalty is quite harsh. Rodney Cobb in the 44, scored as the race leader momentarily, now gets shuffled back. He makes his way onto the racetrack after his pit stop. So now Josh Milam scored as our race leader. $11 laps to go. This race starting to wind down. Josh Milam in the 7 out in front. Has help from the 4 Rick Seabrans, the 99 Dogecoin, running his own race here. He has made it past David Booth. He has just gotten by the 77. now sets his sights on James Mayer. Might just get that done as he's got to do 8 laps to have that happen. He's got to get his 8 laps in before Josh Milam or Hunter Reynolds or any one of these drivers here that is still on the lead lap can do 10 laps. The speeds are quite drastic in difference. I'll tell you, this Robert Duvendak story, if he can keep that little Dogecoin wound up, maybe drop a few more nickels into the hamster wheel. The 7, 2-time winner this season. The 26, a 2-time winner this season. The 4, a 2-time winner this season. And Ernie Williams, a 2-time winner this season. How about that, folks? All of our 2-time winners right now in the top 4. That just goes to show you what an outstanding season these 4 drivers have had, that they are once again battling it out. One of these guys wants to be the first one to get 3 wins this season. Keep in mind, there's some drivers behind them still looking for their first win. Top of the show, we talked about it. A lot of people expecting a first-time winner here tonight, as Mark Vega in the 18, 1 lap down, sticking his nose out there trying to get back on the lead lap. His car repaired after he did most of this race with a damaged front end and back bumper. Used that fast repair, and now he's got a car that is capable of winning, but he has just got to get some help to get back on the lead lap. He is battling with the 53 of Dave Hunt to be the first car 1 lap down. Right now, that does belong to Mark Vega. Problems continue for the 52 of Randall Cobb. He is still sitting on pit road. An extended stay for the 52 here at the end of this race. That could be it for Cobb in the 52 machine after running up front for a very long time. Tough break for Randall Cobb in the 52. So 7 laps to go here. Josh Milam in the 7, your race leader. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 on his outside. Logan Helton in the 63 there. Multiple laps down, but still trying to get his best finish possible. He's racing with the 51 of Travis Elliott and the 00 of Rob Connors. They are both, all 3 of those cars are on the same lap. Logan Helton has a big gap to Travis Elliott, so he can breathe easy, just right around with this group of drivers. 6 laps to go here. Duvendak has to do 4 laps to get by James Mayer. His time is running down quickly. Is Duvendak going to get out of the way of our leaders? Duvendak running out of time. He needs to be picture perfect here and catch some draft when he can, because he's got to pick up that pace a little bit. Mark Mann in the 04 getting out of the way. Mark Mann going another lap down. Oh, Logan Helton's going to get sideways. We stay green with 5 laps to go. Not sure what happened there. Let's take a look. Going into the trioval, the 7 of Josh Milam wiggles. Hip check to the 63, and Logan Helton holds on to it and blends back in. A big moment through the trioval there from our front runners. Somehow everyone holds on to it and we keep going. Four laps to go. Now you gotta wonder what these front runners are thinking. Les Levy in 8th place, 27 seconds behind him. Casey Gilchrist here in 7th, in with this pack. Gilchrist in the 13, has to work his way around the 53 and the 18, who are 1 lap down. The 44 of Rodney Cobb on the lead lap here. Cobb in just his 2nd start this season, looking to bring home a solid finish for Buck Wild Racing. And Rick Seabrand's out in front of this field. Tyler Miller asking what happened to Mark Mann. Mark Mann was caught up in several of our incidences in the first 2 stages. Now has been driving around with a very wounded race car. And Rick Seabrand's out in front. He is going to get the 2 to go this time by Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Now working the outside lane. Josh Milam in the 7. Going to start pushing a little bit harder on the 4. Now it is time to really get hooked up and put a piece of tape. Oh, as the 26 and the 71 make contact, McCara blends back in, but that's going to lose some momentum for the bottom lane a little bit. Rick Seabrans and Josh Milam need to stay hooked up, but the 26 and the 91 are really pushing hard here on the outside. Hunter Reynolds trying to squeeze that 7 just a little bit. We're going to get the white flag this time if we cross the start-finish line before the caution comes out. We're going to end this one at our scheduled distance. Here we go. Final time around. Rick Seabrans in the 4, having a shot to win this one after being down for 2 weeks. Not behind the wheel, but not missing a beat. Here comes the 4 off of turn number 2. He has the clear advantage for the moment. Josh Milam giving him a shot to the back bumper. Don't forget the 26 and the 91, both 2-time winners here this season. They're making something happen on the outside. Josh Milam in the 7, gonna clear the 26. Does he make the move up? He does make the move up, but Rick Seabrand's gonna make that car really wide. Here we come to the start-finish line. At the line, this is gonna be close, but Rick Seabrand's in the 4 is gonna get it done. What a comeback for the 4 machine. Josh Milam brings it home in 2nd. Casey Gilchrist 3rd. Hunter Reynolds 4th, and rounding out your top 5 will be the 44 of Rodney Cobb in his 2nd start this season. What an outstanding race we had here to the checkered flag. Josh Milam pushing hard on the 4. And Rick Seabrans, who joined me in the booth last week just to be part of this community because he missed us so much. Didn't get to see a lot of him 2 weeks ago. But here he is coming away with the race win. Burns it down at the start-finish line. Rick Seabrans gotta be happy about that one. So let's get right into talking to our driver in the 4 as everyone's coming up to give him a big old kiss. Rick Seabrans in the 4. You got your ears on, buddy.
Holy smokes, loud and clear, man.
Rick, man, so many drivers coming up to plant a big old kiss on your car. I don't think you're going to be able to pass tech.
No way, man. KR, I can't tell you how good it felt to be back out here in this Alliance Motorsports Yeti Camaro tonight, man. Oh, to be back out here after being gone for, I think what it was like 3 weeks, man, to come back and get a victory. Oh, man, it feels great, man. First off, thanks to Casey, man. Without that push there coming back to the line, there ain't no way I get this win tonight, man. Great job by him. Great job by all them FSR guys up there pushing and working hard up there tonight, man. What a fun race.
Well, Rick, we gotta talk, because this wasn't a normal strategy for you here tonight. Stage 1, you really just kind of hung back and looked like maybe you were feeling things out. Tell us a little bit about stage 1.
Well, I tell you, at the earlier, like I said last week, it was I felt like I was kind of behind with these Xfinity cars, getting used to them, how they work in the draft and how the air works off of them. So that was kind of the plan in that first stage. And then I think like a lap 11, lap 12, we got into some trouble, and I was pretty bummed back there. I kind of thought our night was going to be in trouble, and we were going to be maybe just trying to get the best finish we could, but we just kept fighting, came back, and I got a little bit more track position, man. This Alliance Motorsports team never gives up, man, and it showed tonight.
All right, Rick. Well, stage 2, all of a sudden you were there in position to win stage 2. And here you are picking up the win in the final moment, man. Nice job out there tonight.
Yeah, thanks. I don't think it's any coincidence that 1 and 2 were in the booth last week. I think maybe some more guys might be able to jump up there in the booth, maybe get a little bit of that KR good luck. But I got to thank Yeti, Alliance Motorsports, the OP, all the owners, Les Levy with Les Levy Designs for getting this Yeti Camaro painted up and race ready. Can't wait for next week.
All right, man. Well, your car looks beat up, and I'm sure you're ready for some rest, but go celebrate that race win. Nice job once again.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, that is Rick Seabrand's our race winner. After being gone for a while, what a way to come back. Picking up that win as everyone's turned into a demolition derby and celebration. Now let's move on to our second place driver. That is the 7 of Josh Milam. And Josh, you got your ears on, bud?
I got them on, man. What's up?
Man, that 7 machine brought home in second place here tonight. Great, solid effort. That booty sweat coming in handy here.
Booty sweat coming in handy. That's a big thank you to Les Levy for getting that together for me.
Well, now, I've heard some rumors, and these are unconfirmed, but racing one-handed here tonight?
Racing one-handed, cast on the left hand in a sling. My fingers are available. That's about it. They're just kind of giving me some support. But basically, right hand was doing most of the driving tonight.
Well, walk us through what that was like and what you had to battle through being one-handed here tonight.
Well, I had all intentions just in here and put some laps in, and I didn't think I'd be able to hold lines and race as well as I actually did, but put some practice laps in, and it seemed like I can do a good job, so I figured I'd qualify and run up front, see how it went. Got into a few accidents and had some damage. Into the race, I took that fast repair, made sure I had a fast car with the boys to come out of pits, and managed to be up in that top 5 and get me a P2 tonight. Some fun racing there at the end.
All right, Josh, will you bring it home in second place here tonight, man? Any other shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yep, shout out to you guys, admins, all of OP, the viewers tonight, everybody racing. Shout out to my teammates. And I believe that's about it. These guys are killing me right now. They are smashing my car. But I think that's it, guys. Thanks for having me up in the booth.
All right, that is Josh Milam bringing it home in second place here tonight in the 7 machine. All right, now we're going to move on to our final step of the podium. This is the driver of the 13, Casey Gilchrist. You got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, oh man, that 13 machine going to finish in third place here tonight. Tell us a little bit about what you went through to get that done.
I'll tell you, it was a chaotic race for sure. I don't even really know where to begin. I had a pretty decent qualify, started on the top 10. which was a little surprising. I usually start towards the back, so that was pretty cool. Debuted a new paint scheme tonight, which was pretty cool. Got a lot of help from the teammates tonight, which was awesome. Got a little chaotic towards the middle of the race. You know, a couple cautions out there, a couple big ones. I got lucky to get through a couple of them. Other than that, I'm just stoked to be up here again.
Well, man, that 13 machine had a solid run. You gained 6 positions from where you qualified, running up front for most of this race, and that new paint scheme does stand out. I like it a lot.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm like I said last week, just trying to play conservative and get the points I can to hopefully get into the playoffs. And 2 good weeks in a row has given me a lot of confidence. So,
all right, Casey. Well, nice job out here tonight. We got one more race to try and get you a win. How do you feel your chances are next week?
Pretty much the same as last week, I'd say. I'd like the win. I'm not necessarily gonna push too hard for it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get as many points as I can next week and see what happens.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. But before we do, any other final shout outs, thank yous, I love yous, somebody you need to propose to, anything, I don't care.
I just want to say thanks to BYR and all my teammates for helping me out tonight. And yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right, that is Casey Gilchrist, driver of the 13 machine, picking up a solid 3rd place win here tonight. So let's go through our race results before we wrap this one up. Our top 5: Rick Seabrans, Josh Milam, Casey Gilchrist, Hunter Reynolds, and Rodney Cobb. Ernie Williams bringing it home in 6th. Sean McCara going to end up in 7th spot. 8th place going to Jimmy Reynolds. 9th ends up with Daniel Holloway. Les Levy rounding out your top 10. Dave Hunt finishing in 11th. Mark Vega 12th. Logan Helton 13th. Rob Connors 14th. 15th goes to Travis Elliott. Mark Mann 16th. 17th Bob Lacavera. 18th goes to Randall Cobb. 20th Robert Duvendak, who was able to get by James Mayer by 1 lap. So nice job, Doobie, by getting back out there. David Booth, 21st. 22nd, Aspen Belvin. Derek Conley, 23rd. And David Overstreet, 24th place here tonight. Guys, that is going to do it for us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you so much for joining us here, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week as our final race of the regular season takes place at the Legacy Daytona International Speedway. I hope to see you all there, and till then, enjoy a nice little video that we play that was made by Derek Conley. I'm still waiting for the new one that he's supposed to be sending me, but hasn't happened yet. So until then, you guys are stuck with this one, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.